17.5 front-wheel drive C final. So if you have a look on RC results, you'll see, in fact, you've already had a look. Oh, look at that. One warm-up lap, then onto the grid. And with that, I will shut up and I will welcome my friend and colleague, Mr. Chris Kennedy.
It certainly is like old times, Mr. Cosgrove, you and I here together at a race meeting, enjoying ourselves, full of passion, full of commitment. Well, we should be committed anyway. So we'll say welcome to everybody that's listening and watching this live stream across the globe, to all our racing car enthusiasts, model car enthusiasts across the planet. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Telford for round 3 of the MICC, the final round of the championships for front-wheel drive, 17.5 touring car, open modified touring car. I think we've got 2 champions already sorted out in those 2 categories and this one as well. But we're just about to go racing. We're just sorting out the grid, as you'll see on the screen. We're just sorting out the grid for the start of proper front-wheel drive car racing here. We've got the 12 competitors on the grid for what is going to be the C final 17.5 front-wheel drive, with Ian, Jonathan, Chris, Christian, Stuart, Neil, Jonas, Nick, Ian, Martin, David and Peter are your competitors. Marshals are just coming out now, taking up their positions, putting on their wonderful Reekin Telford Dayglow designer jackets.
Sorry, Chris, it's marshals from Group 11. So the Open Mod Touring Car B finalists. Let me just stop this a second. So there are 7 marshals, so we could do with a couple of volunteers. Somebody on the chair in the middle, so that's a good place for you to be able to view the racing.
Be a great place to do the commentary from, Roger. Shall I? No,
you could double up.
One hand down here. Oh, Michael. Oh, Michael's doing it.
Oh, he's beating. Yeah, you see how slowly he was walking.
Oh, Michael's second again. There you go.
There's one space in the chicane at the top end, near to Mr. Thurston, which could do with a body in it. So we have one more body to look after that marshal point, then we'll get underway. So do we have another volunteer?
Come on, people. Well, double points next time. Okay, all right.
Okay then, let's get underway then. So what should we do, 30 or 10? I think we'll go on to 10.
10 seconds, give them 10 seconds, everybody's ready. Let's get on with this. Let's push the button. Okay, so let's follow the cars round for their first flying lap in open final mode, with the black and white car leading the track at the moment, coming into what we're going to call the island, a series of right-hand turns before he comes back onto the straight at full racing knots, through the S's onto the switchback, through the right-hand chicane, which brings them up the middle of the track onto the mini straight. 3 cars already at the sharp end of the business in the C final here of the MICC round 3, onto the mini straight, down the start straight as well. Coming towards the infield now, we've got Ian, Jonathan and Chris, which started 1, 2 and 3 from that grid position on the mini straight, coming towards race control, coming around the island, just coming around the island now, and just trying to keep some decent temperature in the tyres, which is easy on the carpet, but one mistake, one touch of the scenery, and we could have a change of positions. First and second getting very close and very sociable as they go past race control onto the start straight. into the right-hander, then through the chicane, into the switchback, through the right-hand chicane right now, up the middle of the track with tail enders in front of them, so the headlights will come on. You'll see them just hoping that those tail enders will see them. The race referee, Steph DeBelli on the rostrum, will be pointing out the actual position of the cars on the track so he can, the drivers can get a little bit of assistance as they go around the track here. But I think we've just got a bit of daylight now between first and second. On the clock, we've got 1:36 on the clock, and it's 1, 2, 4, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 9, 12, and 11. So that is the procedure as we get through almost towards 2 minutes of racing here at the MICC in Telford. Race leader, car number 1. Now it's car number 2 taking up the lead of the C final, first leg. Well, it's one leg only, so it's 2-4-1. We've lost Ian Willisey, car number 1, down in 4th position. Obviously had a bit of a coming together with the track scenery. You can see the black and white car in the middle of the field now as your new race leader goes down the straight. The red, black and orange car coming into the infield, just past the paddock area, through the right-handed chicane, up the dogleg in the middle of the track to the mini straight. This is your new race leader. It is car number 2 coming past race control around the island. A bit green on that car as well. And Christian car 4 in 2nd position. Chris Forrest car number 3 in 3rd position. Your race leader car number 1 down there in 4th position. Your early door race leader in 4th position. So a little bit of work to do. 2:45 on the clock. C final race number 1 on the calendar. So just keeping our eyes in now for the race leader who's coming back towards race control, up the middle of the track into the mini straight area. Now a series of right-hand turns through the island. There goes right 1, 2 and 3 through the chicane, back out onto the straight. That's your race leader. And a little bit distance between first and second. It's 2, 4 and 3 at the sharp end of business. Just 1.7 seconds between first and second out onto the racing surface of the MICC round 3. The race leader now starting to mix it with the tail enders as he goes down the straight. Warning from the referee to say that's the race leader right behind you. Nicely through the traffic as well. So that's a very clean pair of heels for him as he comes up the mini straight. The orange car about to be lapped by the race leader. On the clock, we got just over 1.5 minutes to go. Nicely through the island, back onto the start straight here at Telford. Nicely through the infield with a couple of cars coming together and moving out the way in sympathy. Down the mini straight, and you see the difference of skill factors on the driver's rostrum is immense between first and last position, and you've got to take that in consideration. But these guys at the radios on the rostrum trying to get their cars around this track, which is technically been put out for everybody to negotiate over the qualifying and finals day here at Telford for the 3rd round of the championship. We do have a champion already elected because it's the best 2 out of 3 to count in this category, as same in 17.5 and in the open modified. And Cosgrove with his X-ray Automatic has won this championship after 2 rounds. But it's what fun you can have further down the field, further down the batting order with the touring cars coming up later and the fast open modified touring cars coming up later. 15 seconds on the clock. There is your race leader going on to the start straight now towards turns 1, into turns 1 and 2, which come up automatically and almost together into the right-hand chicane, up the middle of the track, which is going to be his final lap, I think, till he gets to the loop as he comes round a tail ender over the line to take victory in the C final. So well done, Jonathan Riley, car number 2 in front of Christian car 4. And Chris Forrest, car number 3, taking up the 3rd and final podium position in the C final. So that is race number 1 done. Good victory there for car number 2 in front of car 4 and car number 3. So good driving. Well done, people. Hope you enjoyed it. Your final race of the day as we'll move on to the B final in the 17.5 front-wheel drive class. 14 turns around this Ben Cosgrove designed track with the help of Michael Ball. 2 straights, 8 right-hand turns, 7 left-hand turns will get you a good lap round here, but you've got to be precise. You've got to get it in the groove. You've got to be on the money. Your car setup has got to be to the dividend. And walking towards me now is the fastest radio control car driver in the world, the one and only, the gorgeous Harley Eldridge. And Brian paid me to say that. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He just said there, she's a very modest young lady. I've got to go and have a quick word. Very, very quick word. As we are live on the radio, as we are live across the world, how does it feel to be the fastest radio-controlled car driver in the world as a female?
It's not too bad.
That's what I thought you'd say. That's what I thought you'd say. Brilliant. So modest as well. Absolutely, like old times. Old times indeed. Right then, drivers, about to get started on the B final. Stand by. We've had your warm-up lap. We've got the marshals coming out, I think. Happy, Roger? Yeah. Well, you're never happy, but are you okay to go?
Okay, never happy, no. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we should have the A finalists from the modified group. And I'm sure you know who they are.
I can see one, Andy Murray, right in front of me. There he is.
We're missing...
I can see Harley. I can see Harley as well, yeah. It's cool.
Oh, here they come, look.
Yeah.
I'm not going to mention the fact that these are
Professionals?
my Hinkley drivers.
Oh, really?
Yeah?
Oh, dear.
Kyle and Alex.
Yeah. Oh, dear. Weren't on the car park having a cigarette, were they? No.
We do need a person in the middle of the track. So this would be a volunteer, as there are 10 marshal points and the 11 and 12 are in the middle. So we do need there we go. Excellent, thank you very much.
Do you think Alistair looks happy?
Always looks happy. Right, so back onto 10 seconds then, drivers.
So the red car from pole position, B final, front wheel drive, 17.5, just gets a love touch as he went round the corner, and that's lost him about 3 or 4 positions. Now he's hanging on to third, but he is hanging on to third. He's gone from first to third, and it wasn't his fault. Bit of a love touch there from the black, yellow and white car going down the straight for the second time at Racing Knots. Now there's a bit of a dice going on for second and third position as they come through the right-handed chicane up the dog leg into the mini straight now. Your race leader, inherited Andy Plymouth, car number 3. The white and yellow car with a white wing on the back of it down the straight, being chased by the pole position man now. Pole position man Peter McCaig just trying to see what he can do. That was the part of the track where you had a little bit of an unfortunate sociable love touch about 2 laps ago. Now he's challenging for the lead of this B final front wheel drive 17.5 class as they go down towards turns 1, 2 and 3, coming up almost immediately with each other through the right hand chicane up the middle of the track, call it the dog leg, into the mix on the mini straight now, into the right hand affair, just coming up to the right handed island where he puts the pressure on the right handed side tyre or the left handed side tyre as they go into the cornering effect. These two now pulling away from your third position man, Stuart Woodend, car number 4 in that third position as they come up the middle of the track. I think we're going to see, and a great manoeuvre there from your pole position man. The red car just goes straight into the lead and he drove round the first place man, Andy Plymouth, now demoted down into second position. That was a racing manoeuvre worth the entry money as he comes into the part of the track where he just took the victory, well, I was going to say victory, but he took the lead. He got pole position, just missed out on the A final. And now the pole position for the B final now, it is Peter McCaig, car number 1, the red, solid red coloured car up the middle of the track, being chased by the yellow and white car now in second position, who's had a bit of experience of leading this B final. Not saying that anything could happen to Paul, but we'll see if Paul can actually keep that one in the groove. So it's Paul, Andy, Stuart, Aaron, Richard, Andrew, Greg, Paul, David, Gordon, Andrew and Ali Alfie Hart. They're bringing up the rear of this B final, but he's in the mix, that's the thing, and it's still early doors. 2 minutes and 14 seconds, race number 2 on the calendar. It's the B final, front wheel drive, 17.5 configuration in the cars, and it does look like that Andy Plymouth is coming back now at Paul McCraig, car number 1, under a little bit of pressure now from the second place man. That could be down to traffic, but 2.5 minutes into a 5-minute race, halfway stage, and the gap is just 0.78 of a second between first and second positions as they come past race control, round the island, onto the straight, down the straight here. It's first and second pulling away from the rest of the traffic, and they got clean vision in front of them. The right-handed chicane now onto the mini straight, coming up towards race control again. And he waves at Andy Murray as he goes past, and he waves at Harley Aldridge as he goes past. This guy is in the groove now, certainly enjoying himself as he goes around this MICC Ben Cosgrove constructed track or designed track with the help of Michael Ball and the Stafford crew for putting it all down. The helpers here at Telford for round 3 of the MICC down the straight. Turns 1, leaning on the tyres. Turn 2, get some more vintage out of the tyres, but look at this now, the white and yellow car getting very close indeed. He's got the tow rope out onto his back bumper. He's going to reel him in as they go past through there the island now with about 1.5 minutes to go down the back straight in towards turns 1 and 2. He is planning a manoeuvre. You can see that Andy Plimmer using all that racing experience now to see if he can get past the pole position man. He's had leadership at his B final and now he's in that second place, just looking at the boot lid of the race leader Paul McCaig, who's car number 1, as they come towards the right-handed chicane with traffic in front of them up the dogleg between well, there's 2 cars right at the tail end of the circuit here, just trying to have their own race, but they've got first and second bearing down on them. 55 seconds on the clock in this B final, and this is getting close. There's nothing to it. You can probably feel they are pushing the plastic round on the edge of their radios. Now they've got 3 cars in front of them. The green car moves out the way. He's got to do it again. That's good driving from the green car there. Now the orange and yellow car about to be lapped by the race leader and the second place man almost at the same time. Oh, and that was very close indeed from the yellow car. Tries to squeeze past, just about gets squeezed past here. 29 seconds on the clock. 2 more laps to go here in this B final. It is really hotting up the pace here as we come through the left-right chicane. The orange car just gets out the way. Oh, and he almost went over the track marker there. But you can see how close. You don't need a calculator to work this one up. You can see how close they are. 1 more lap to go in the B final. Down the straight for the final time. Into the right-hander, into the left-hander, up into the right-hander chicane. If he's going to do it, he's got to do it very quickly. They're coming up to the line now. Is he going to throw it down the inside? No. Great victory there for car number 1. Well done, Paul. Well done, Andy. What a race. Worth the entry money. Needs a drink of water after that, game of tennis and a game of cards, a bath, a shower, then get your trophy. What a race that was. That was worth the entry money, wasn't it? Nice one, guys. So that was the B final in the history of yesterday. It's gone now. It's history now, isn't it? You know, so I'll have a quick drink here. So well done, Paul. I'd like to shake your hand afterwards. Well done, Andy. Well done, Richard. Greg Hill there. Somebody called Greg Hill. Know him from time. Car number 9 there in 4th position, just off the podium. So we now move into the A final for the front-wheel drive 17.5. We call them touring cars. The fronties, as it's called across the globe. So Ben Cosgrove with his X-Ray has taken the championship. Second and third are still up for grabs in this particular championship here. So we'll see exactly how it pans out. Although Ben's won the championship, didn't actually conquer pole position today. That's gone to Craig Nutting, car number 1. As the cars line up, they're very fast. Michael Bolt has turned up today and shocked everybody with a performance that's put him 3rd on the A final grid in front of Matthew Lax, then Ethan, Ricky, Stephen, John, Dale, Sam, Chris and Russell.
Okay then, so marshals I think we have. Just a quick sweep around. Yeah, we're all there. So if marshals are ready and drivers are ready, we'll put you on a 10-second countdown.
So the 4th man in the championship coming into today leads the A final grid off for 5 minutes of sheer stress racing with Ben Cosgrove not too far behind him in the white and red coloured scheme on his X-Ray car as they come down the straight now for the first time at Racing Knots. These 3, 4, 5 cars all in the mix of the championship, although Ben has won the championship with the best 2 out of 3 rounds to count. It looks like that Craig really wants to take the victory here today, but there's some very fast drivers on show here at Telford. as they come over towards the right-handed chicane down the mini straight. Just take a sense check. You got Craig, Ben, Michael, Matthew, Ethan, Ricky. Ricky and Matthew are in the mix as well coming into this. Matthew Latz has got 197 points, 1 point in front of Ricky Copsey. So it is, okay, it's an X-ray 1, 2, 3 on the championship, but we're going to see exactly how they pan out here in the next 4 minutes or so. We've just done 1 minute of racing, and already they're trying to get away from the rest of the pack. Looks like Craig has had a very good day in qualifying. He's put that in pole position, that car there, but Ben Cosgrove is not letting him get away. You can hear the tyres screaming up as they load into the corners, trying to get his maximum grip without going off the edge of the cliff and falling off their performance envelope in terms of these slick Ride 28 tyres. I do believe these front-wheel drive cars are on. So Michael Bolt there. We've seen Michael Bolt grow up from the days at Norwich and in Snetterton days with the wonderful family he used to races associated years ago. And they probably be watching this, hopefully on the screen somewhere across the UK. This young man has really come on in terms of his racing, and the skill is there, always has been there, but a nice young man as well. So he's in the mix, he's on the podium at the moment, and he's not letting these two get away from him. In fact, he's just taken about a tenth of a second out of Ben Cosgrove's second place advantage over Michael Bolt, as Craig Nutting's getting close with Ben Cosgrove. They're getting very sociable. You can see them almost going onto the same frequency, and a love touch there. Great driving there from Michael. He didn't drive away with it, he just stayed because he was going for a maneuver. Probably wasn't on, but he got the maneuver, just slowed Ben down a little bit, and that's allowed Craig Nutting to get away at 2.5 minutes. Race number 3 on the calendar. Here comes your race leader around the island, the yellow, white and lime green coloured car, and that really has opened the door a little bit, because although Ben's got the championship, he still wants to take a victory away. But the only thing stopping him at the moment, right in front of him, is that colour scheme of that lime green, yellow and white car in the hands of Craig Nutting. Car number 1 leading car number 2, 3 and 4. Then it's 8, 11, 6, 12, 5, 7, 9 and 10. 3 minutes on the clock, 2 to go. This is race number 3. Front-wheel drive A final, 17.5 configuration underneath the body shells of these cars, running around and getting those tyres into the maximum window of grip and adhesion around the circuit here at Telford for round 3 of the MICC, organised by Michael Bolt, MB Models and the crew, with a range of different machinery coming into play here at Telford. As you're always today, we'll see X-rays, we'll see Schumachers, Mugens, we'll see X-rays, Horse Matrix. We'll see lots of different cars here. We've got somebody's racing his own store material as well, which is nice to see, and always good to see the supporters coming in as well. So on the clock, we got 1 minute and 14 seconds to go in the mix, and Ben Cosgrove now starting to hot up the pace a little again. We're getting very sociable again. One car going off into the scenery and waking up a marshal as he does so, and these three now pulling away with 1 minute to go. 1 minute to go, under 60 seconds to sort this one out. The A final. Front-wheel drive with car number 1 leading car number 2 and car number 3. It's Craig, Ben and Michael down the back straight into turns 1, 2 and 3, up towards the right-handed chicane, through that, up the dog leg right now in the middle of the track, down the mini straight towards the island, keeping it pressure on the right-hand side of the tyre, then the left-hand side of the tyre. I think we've got about 30 seconds to go. If they can get to the line, we'll squeeze one more tour in, but Ben's getting very close to Craig this time round, and there's traffic in front. Is that going to help the mix? I think we're going to get one more lap. The referee orders them out the way. They got to get out the way, with Ben now trying to squeeze it. This is going to be the last lap here. 15 seconds on the clock as they come towards the right-hand chicane, into the right-hand chicane, up the middle of the track. 8 seconds to go. Are we going to squeeze one more? One car in the middle of the track just gets out the way. I think we're going to go over. We got one more lap of this. We have got one more lap. This is final lap time here. It's Ben Cosgrove now trying to hang it out to, and he makes a slight error, and that's took the car up, and that's allowed Craig away. This is going to be victory, pole position to victory for Craig Nuttall as he goes over the line to take it in the A final. Great race there, wonderful race from Ben Cosgrove, and congratulations to young Michael Bolt Whoa, one needs to get their breath back after that, but what a race in the A final. Congratulations to Ben for winning the championship, and I think we got to sort it out on the points as far as everybody else is concerned, with Matthew in the mix and Ricky in the mix as well. So would you let the computer do what the computer does and sort out the results of the front-wheel drive 17.5 championship, as we now move into a different discipline now to welcome our 17.5 Blinky guys onto the circuit. And we'll have the first race for these guys, which will be race number 1 in the G final. So that's going to be Mick, Keith, Ben,